So this is Operations Officer Windfall. Yes, I'm addressing the CIA. I'm not addressing you common folk. But I have top secret information. We'll call it intelligence, for lack of a better term. That as follows. Terrorists, a group of terrorists, a network of terrorists. Terrorists are bad people. Bad. I wouldn't even say people. But they do have a nuclear weapon. It has plutonium in it. This plutonium has been manufactured by Iran. And from their, well, all those centrifuges and things. Reactors. Like in Hanover, Washington. But anyway, they've used that plutonium to enhance a weapon that they acquired from, for the Army National Guard back in 1970. It was right after Kent State that Governor Rhodes allowed the United States Army to squirrel away, that is, steal from a special weapons repository, and squirrel away that weapon, which evidently was a tactical nuclear weapon, underneath Eisenhower Hall. No, strike that. Ovalwood Hall. Buried it under Ovalwood Hall, which was being constructed about that time, in the cement, way down deep. The reason is that Rhodes felt that subversives, radicals, were going to take over the country, and he needed something to give the righteous people, the good, God-believing, Bible-thumping folk, an edge. Anyway, and this information was heavily protected by a group of cabal of righteous right-wing folk. But eventually that information became known to a terror group who, when Ovalwood Hall was being renovated beginning back in 2000, I think it was 2005, they undertook the reclaiming of that tactical nuclear weapon. It could be sort of like what they call a Davy Crockett tactical weapon, that small, or it could be larger. I'm not sure. But I know a man. His name is Howard. He lived next door to me in Ohio. And he was privy to the taking of the weapon. But he was very closely watched. But he told me things, and as best he could. He was under great stress, mental stress. These terrorists have used the plutonium they acquired from Iran, plus technology from North Korea and China and Pakistan, and any source they can get. And they have enhanced that weapon so that now it is, I could classify it as just strategic. It means the yield would be on the level, on the order of 1 megaton, which makes it strategic. Blow up a whole goddamn city. And this is the detonation in anger of a 1 megaton nuclear weapon, would be enough to throw off the entire financial world off kilter. Oil prices would spike incredibly high. All kinds of terrible things would ensue from the detonation of that weapon. But according to a source that I have verified, that weapon is in play. And they plan to use it. They've been very careful about keeping it away from, Americans, Defense Department officials, RAP, NEST, all the good people at the DOE detect and try to detect unauthorized nuclear weapons, that is, weapons that are being used by various nations, rogue nations, and terror groups. So I want to apprise the CIA, and you know who I am. Yes, I am Satan. With that being said, be careful, because the chickens will come home to roost. Repeat, roost. Anyway, ask Putin if he knows anything. Ask his people. They're good people. So I'm Ray Sarves.